Precast concrete piles are commonly used nationwide nowadays. Precast piles, as in turn, are manufactured in the factory according to the requirement. There are a few stages to be complete for manufacturing the precast concrete piles. The first step of the process is to cut and bend the steel reinforcement. It is then selected and cut to the exact dimension required. Then the rebars are assembled and tied together to form the shape of precast piles. After tied together, the rebars are connected with female shoes. Then it is placed in a steel mold. After that, concrete is placed into the mold. Also, some of the rebar are connected with male shoes. The steps are same with the female shoes. Male shoe has a pipe that can connect with the female shoes to allow piles to be connected. The size of piles are normally ranging from 150 mm to 400 mm square, with various load carrying capacities to suit different design criteria. The common length of the piles can be classified in 3 meter, 6 meter, 9 meter, and 12 meter. First step of installing precast pile is pile marking. Before installing the precast concrete pile, we must first mark the height of the piles. This process is to indicate how deep the piles have been driven in.
The second step is pile lifting. First, the workers connect the vibro hammer machine with the hook on the precast concrete pile. They are connected with a hanger. After it is connected, the vibro hammer machine will lift up the precast concrete pile. The pile is then inserted into the driving head of the vibro hammer machine.
The third step is pile positioning. Once the pile has inserted into the driving head, the pile is then moved to the right position where the wooden peg is placed. The workers will help to adjust the pile to the exact position.
The fourth step of the process is driving the pile into the ground. After the pile is placed at the right position, the pile is then inserted into the ground by using vibro hammer method. The hammer is lifted up and released for several times to hit the pile into the ground. The hammer is not hit directly on the pile, but is hit on the pile cushion to avoid the damage of the pile. The pile is hit until the required depth.
After the starter pile has been installed into the ground, extension pile will be connected to the starter pile if the starter pile does not meet the requirement depth. The vibro hammer machine will lift up the extension pile and connect it to the driving head of the vibro hammer machine. The workers will adjust the position of the extension pile so that the male shoes of the extension pile can be connected to the female shoe of the starter pile. After the connection between extension pile and starter pile is complete, the workers will use a leveling ruler to determine whether the precast pile is in the vertical position.
Once the extension pile has connected completely with the starter pile, there will be a gap between the extension pile and starter pile. The workers will fill up the gap with reinforcement bars by welding it. The welding tool is first connected to the generator to have the power. Then, the workers start to weld the reinforcement bars to the gap. When the welding is done, paint will be applied around the gap. Next, after the gap has been welded and painted, the precast pile is then hammered into the ground until the required length. When all the piles has been hammered into the ground, the extra length of the pile above the ground will be cut off and the rebars are exposed to construct pile cap above.
The advantages of precast concrete pile is piles can be precast to the required specification. Piles of any size, length, and shape can be made in advance. The work is neat and clean. The storage space required is very much less. The supervision of work at site can be reduced to a minimum. The disadvantages of precast concrete pile is advanced planning is required for handling and driving. Require heavy equipment for handling and driving. Driving these piles create a lot of noise. Driving these piles create vibration. These piles are costly as extra reinforcement is required.
From this assignment, I learned more about the process of drying a precast concrete pile. I also experienced the actual work of drying in the pile at the site. And we also appreciate that we have an opportunity to go to this site visit, because going to the site and see the actual work, you will learn more about it.
Through this video, I have learned a lot of knowledge about precast concrete piles. This includes the process of manufacturing and installing it. Also, I have the opportunity to go for a site visit through this assignment. I am able to witness myself the process of installing it. This gives me a better understanding than looking through the notes.
After visited the site, I had learned more about precast concrete pile, like its installations, manufacturing, and how the connection between the two piles. I also learned that the importance of teamwork among all of the workers at the site, so that the installation of precast concrete pile could be done at the time required. Lastly, this site visit may help me to gain my knowledge and very useful for my future, and I hope to visit another site soon.
From this assignment, I have learned a lot about precast concrete piles, especially the process of installing it. Other than that, I also get the opportunity to go to the site and experience some new thing. Hope that there will be more similar assignment in the upcoming assignment.
Through the assignment, I have learned a lot of knowledge related to precast pile, such as installation method and procedure, manufacturing process, and the way to connect the starter pile and extension pile. And I'm glad to have a chance to visit the site we choose. Besides, the core value I have learned in this assignment is teamwork. Each of us play our roles respectively to complete this assignment.